it's 7:02, so I'm going to call the public hearing to order. It's Monday, October 29th. There are no speakers. Hearing no speakers, we are going to close the public hearing at 7:00. Wait till it gets to 3. At 7:03.
this time you should probably cancel. Looks like you won't need it.
So at 7:09, I'm going to call the ordinance committee meeting to order. For lack of a quorum, we will not be able to continue with this meeting. I would just like to
We are canceled. Yeah.
That's him.
You want to wait 15, 20 minutes? I might be able to make it. It's up to you guys.
Let's call it. I'd like to go to the BOE if I have a chance.
What's that?
I'd like to go to the BOE, give them a chance.
Before we go talk about next month, the 23rd, are you going to have it?
That's November 25th. No,
December 20,
no, the next one's November. This is October 28th.
oh, okay, you're going to have it?
Yes. I'm going to, for now, I'm going to have it. Okay, so
So just cancel, we opened it up and just note that there's no quorum.
did you want to say anything about why we're making these changes on the
I
ordinance?
can do that if
Yes.
you want me to.
Can you take a minute to, I'm going to turn it over to Attorney Flork for 1 minute to just to give a quick explanation as to why these edits are being done to these ordinances.
Okay, so I understand that there has been some questions about why all of these ordinances are being amended with respect to the appointing power. So these ordinances all go back a long time and have not been revised since their enactment. In 2005 and again in 2008, we had two charter revisions. And those two revisions changed the charter drastically. The first one brought in the mayoral form of government so that now the chief elected official is the mayor, as opposed to what it used to be in the past, which was the council chairman. And in 2008, we also had a charter revision which changed several provisions of the charter based on problems and glitches that were discovered in the few years between that and the time the mayoral form of government was enacted. Because of those charter revisions, the appointing power was changed drastically from what it had been before. If you look at the charter, I think it might be powers of the mayor 1.3, 1.4, something like that. You'll see that the charter now requires the mayor to appoint boards, commissions, et cetera, as required by charter, et cetera, et cetera. And the council gets involved when the appointment is made to a board or a commission that has the authority to spend money or to make a final determination or something like that. In those situations, the council must ratify the choice of the mayor. So this dichotomy, this inconsistency never really bothered us in the town attorney's office, because if a question came up, why does the code say one thing and yet you're having somebody else appoint? The answer was very simple. The charter has been changed. The charter requires it. There's a provision in the charter that says anything in the code that is inconsistent with the charter must fall. And so we would always give that opinion. It didn't bother us. But a lot of members of the public, a lot of members of this council would bring that up and ask, well, wait a minute, why is this happening? The code says one thing with respect to this board or this commission, and you guys are doing something different. So in the interest really of transparency, of clarity, to clear up any confusion, it was decided that we would try to go through the code and determine who the appointing power should now be based on the changes in the charter. And Brian Leclerc did that, spent an awful lot of time. Margot, the council clerk, helped him in that respect. And so they came up with a laundry list of boards and commissions where the appointing power needed to be changed. And we decided to go little by little through the term and to make those changes as necessary. So that's why this is happening. The change in the housing partnership that you were going to consider tonight is a little bit different. That's not a charter problem, that's a statute problem. The statute says that the chief elected officer of the municipality appoints the members of the housing partnership. The chief elected officer is now the mayor, but at the time of the housing partnership ordinance, when it was created, it was the council chairman. So that's why we're changing it from council chairman to mayor. And once we actually discuss it, and you guys can take action, there are going to be several other changes too, because the ordinance in its present form does not comply with the terms of the statute. So in a nutshell, that's why all this is going on.
Thank you very much, Attorney Florek. And with that, we're going to close this meeting. There's no motion, no discussion. So we'll discuss this next month on November, and I will not hold a meeting on December 25th, which I think is Christmas. Unless y'all want to come. The next one is December, you said, right?
December 23rd.
So December 23rd.
We'll deal with it
Okay.
then.